All right, so the next thing I found was this dude here, the bald book geek, who is 20 times better at YouTube than I am. And this was from 2 weeks ago now. About why he's not crowdfunding, but I've seen a couple of things that he's put out, and he's makes some decent points about stuff. But this one in particular, I touched a nerve with me, not touched a nerve, rang a bell with me because I have done a fair amount of crowdfunding stuff myself, and I find it helpful, and I also find it. I'm somewhat in disagreement with some of his rationale for why he's not going to do it. But let's see what he's got to say here. Let's get it.
People have asked me privately if I'd ever crowdfund my book. And I know these come from places of niceness, but I've said no. But let's just lay it out there and be real and rip myself apart in the whole thing. So the short answer is no. The long answer is no, and here's why. So don't get me wrong, there was that time when I thought, write the book, build the audience, maybe launch a campaign, you know, the classic indie dream. And for some people that works, but not for me, not anymore. A lot's happened, I've had time to think, time to reflect, and I know now I don't want to crowdfund my book. And honestly, the book might stay on hold for good, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes it's better to just cry and admit defeat.
Well, depends on why. I generally think you should push through and claim victory, but that's just me. Anyway,
be real. I used to love backing crowdfunding campaigns.
Me too. I love it. I do a lot of it. I am a super backer. How many campaigns have I backed on Kickstarter? Let me pull up my profile here and check, because I think, how many have I done? Let's see. Boom. I have backed 113 different crowdfunding campaigns. Look at all this great stuff I've backed over the years. Woo! And I have created 11. Look at all this great stuff I've done. Woohoo! Man, that's good stuff. I like it. So I'm a big fan of crowdfunding. I like it a lot. But anyway.
Books, gadgets, games, all of it. I was in. Over time I got burned. Campaigns that would take money and vanish, or send a half-finished product 2 years later that I forgot I even backed.
That does happen sometimes. So much so that Kickstarter and Indiegogo and the other places have had to put disclaimers up that, hey, you know, you're not guaranteed the rewards, which is because so many campaigns have failed to follow through, which is unfortunate. But most do come through. I know I always do. But yeah, a lot of these campaigns, hell, a lot of these campaigns that I've backed, I mean, to be honest with you, you know, I've received, and people have always sent me the rewards, but I mean, frankly, sometimes especially if it's an ebook reward, sometimes I haven't been bothered to download it, or just haven't really done much with it, because it was, some of them I was really, you know, super keen on, and some of them I just thought were cool, and some of them I just liked the person who was doing it, and supporting them was more important to me than the reward itself. Like the other day I was talking about, when I was talking about how stupid it is that the indie comic book jackassery that people, the tribalism. I mentioned one of the Van Scavers campaigns that I backed. I backed it because Camelot, Cody, the race car driver guy, he was using it. Ethan was doing it to help him get kicked off on his first year driving ARCA and NASCAR, and I was like, oh, that's cool. This guy's coming up in that. I want to support him, so I backed the campaign at the high enough level that I was supposed to get the little die-cast car and one of Ethan's comic books. And I thought I hadn't gotten any of it. Turns out I did get the Cyberfog comic sitting there on my shelf. I just forgot I had it. I never did get the car thing, but I don't really care, because I liked, you know, Cody, and I liked backing his endeavor into a really cool, you know, career thing. And just watching him go on and racing, it's like, well, I'm thinking that I helped him out just a little bit to be able to do that. It was like, hey, that's cool enough. nice to have the car, but I'm not sure what happened to it, if it's ever going to ship. I don't care that much. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on crowdfunding. And as a part of my business, I like it because it helps me get money above and beyond the Amazon and direct sales and all that sort of thing. And it's another Kickstarter is another marketplace where people can see your stuff and expand your reach a bit too. Um, anyway, on to what this guy's got to say.
Or worse one, oh yeah, our crowdfunding's international, but we're only sending the product out in America and we're not doing a digital edition for the rest of the world. Or the ones that just never send anything at all and just disappear and lose their minds and have breakdowns on Twitter when people ask about their project. One time, it got so bad I had to get a lawyer involved to win back my money because the guy cut and run, but I had all the details. That's when I stopped backing things. And if I wouldn't give my money to someone else's campaign anymore, I wouldn't feel right asking anyone to give me money for mine.
Yeah, but the reason you stopped giving it is people weren't fulfilling their promises to you. If you go in and are determined to fulfill, it's not the same thing. Anyway.
And I don't have that energy. Tired dad energy is real, and I have it. I'm just tired.
Dude, I got 4 kids, 4 teenagers. I get it. Suck it up.
Crowdfunding is a full-time job. It's not
No, it's not.
just making the thing, it's talking about the thing all of the time. Posting, promoting, trying to be upbeat, marketable, relatable, but not too relatable. Honestly, I'm tired of all of that. I don't want to be on all the time. I don't want to turn my book into a pressure cooker because it was already becoming that way. I don't have that energy left.
Well, that's a real thing. If you're doing any kind of a creative thing, writing is what I know. If you make it important, it becomes really hard to really do it well. It becomes more stress than anything else. But at the same time, that stress can push you to actually get the thing done. Right? That Warfare Qualifier there, I've been tinkering on it off and on for a long time, and I had let myself get, frankly, a little, I don't know if intimidated is the right word, but dejected over how long I knew it was going to have to be to do it properly and how far away from being done I was. So I just kind of let it linger and linger until last year I said, screw this. I did the Kickstarter campaign, and that kicked me in the butt to get it done, and now it's out to the world and people are loving it. And frankly, if I hadn't done that Kickstarter campaign last year, it may still not be done. Right? That lit a fire under my butt since I owed it to people now who had paid me, and now it's out. And I could say, yeah, probably would have gotten it done, but when? I don't know. So adding a little bit of pressure to to yourself done the proper way can actually be helpful if you direct it right. And also depending on who you are and your mindset. Sounds like this guy's got a different mindset than I do. But I'm a submarine officer, so I'm kind of hard to. You learn to push through things in that environment, if that makes any sense. Anyway.
I'm very happy in my weird corner of the internet. So this one's kind of funny, but also kind of not. There are people online who don't like me. I know they've
True, but that's true of everyone everywhere. So what?
made it clear. And I don't like them with equal levels of hatred. But if I started a crowdfunding campaign, I'm pretty sure... Actually, I know there's at least 3 people that would report it just for fun, because they're bored and petty. And I'm bored and petty half the time, so yeah. And they'd probably be eating dry cereal and refreshing Reddit tabs while they're doing it. I am only joking, maybe, kind of.
Okay, but so what? Well, hey, if you know who those 3 people are, you can talk to Kickstarter or Indiegogo or whatever as you're putting the campaign together and communicate with them and say, hey, I got these trolls who hate me, and and but so what? What if they do report it? What are they going to report it for? If your campaign isn't something grotesque that's against their terms of service, what are they going to report it for? That they don't like you? Well, so what? But there are steps you can take to insulate yourself from that if you are that concerned about it. Though, I mean, come on, man.
There's a little bit of truth in that. It's fun, but I just don't have the energy. And I'm not, let's be real, I'm not a big creator. I don't have thousands of fans waiting to support my every move that I make, and that's okay. I'm proud of this weird space I've built. But crowdfunding only works if you got numbers, big ones, and I don't.
Untrue. Untrue. Brother, you have 20 times the number of subscribers on YouTube that I do. I've got like 500 people on a mailing list. But, no. What do you mean it doesn't work if you don't have huge numbers? I mean, this one's about to start. This one is for later in the year. But all the rest of these, except for this one, I have successfully funded on Kickstarter. And I funded another one successfully on Indiegogo. Right? Look at this. 100%, 342%, 267, 129, 299. So this Warfare Qualified was the best. 7 times my goal. You know how you make it successful? You set a goal that's not hard to make. Right? And then, dude, if you got 5,900 people subscribed to you and you're getting this, how many views did this get? 361 views in 2 weeks. That's okay. I don't know what your average views are. Here you go. Here's some 900 views, 850, 411, 2 days ago. Dude, you got more than enough views, brother, to do a successful campaign. But what do you mean by success? If you're talking, I want to make 6 figures, $200,000 campaign, okay, no. We'll pull back the veil a little bit. Here are those campaigns I did. Warfare Qualified. I made $2,000 on it. The others less, right? You're making excuses. How much money do you think you need, right? The first campaign I ever did was this one. I wanted to make an audiobook of my first Glimmer Veil book, and I set it up for half of the cost that the audiobook narrator would charge me. And so I got that much, and I forked out the rest of the audiobook funds myself, right? All the rest of these were not pure profit, but a certain amount of profit. I mean, the covers aren't hard to do. It wasn't making audiobooks. The other one that didn't succeed was this one, for the third Glimmer Veil book, audiobook. And I decided to stop with the audiobook things because it wasn't, in general, those weren't doing well on Kickstarter overall. So it's like, so how much money do you need? What's your target? If you want to make 50 grand, okay, maybe not. But if you only want to make $1,000 or $2,000, you could totally do it, brother. You're talking yourself out of that.
So what happens? The same 10 people I love and appreciate show up carrying the whole thing?
Yeah. Well, first of all, you have more than 10 people. You have hundreds of people who watch each of your videos. And thousands of people who subscribe to your videos so they like you. Right? You only need 10. I mean, goodness sake, this, does this say how many? I want to say some of these only were in the teens for backers. This one had 70-something people. But you don't need a huge number of backers to have a successful campaign. Again, depending what your goal is. How much do you need? And how much can you You don't have to go for a huge amount.
While the rest of the internet
Even if it is only 10, you make a small campaign. Those 10 people help you out. And then you make the next one, and just maybe a few more people help you out in the next one. And then you grow slowly over time. It's not, it doesn't have to be all like that. Maybe you just do one campaign for, break it up into pieces. There's ways to do it.
scrolls past, that's not fair on them or anyone, and
It's fair if they want to. If they like you and want to support you, how is it, and they're willing to and they like to do it, how is it not fair? Unless you don't follow through with what you promised, but that's on you, not on them. Don't say no for people. Let them say no to you.
not fair on me, because it shouldn't be on like that handful of people I know probably would back it, because it's not fair.
If you finish the book without the crowdfunding campaign and put it out, those same people are going to buy it, right? It's so, dude, I think you're getting a little, you are overthinking this one, brother.
Shouldn't be on their backs. And you know what? My book's on hold, and maybe permanently. And that's the real truth here. Right now, I just can't afford to finish the book properly.
That's why you crowdfund it. You can't afford it. You crowdfund it. Tell people, give samples. Here's what I got so far. Here's my vision for finishing it. Here's the goal that I need to help me finish it. And then they give you the people who like your project, pay for it. They get you the crowdfunding money. Now you have the money, so you can able to do the editorial stuff and whatever else you need to do to finish it. And then you can finish it and get it out to everybody, to those backers, and then the rest of the world. That's why you crowdfund. That's the whole point.
I can't pay for an editor formatting any of it. Even if I could, I don't think I have the mental strength to go through all of that again.
Again, that's how the crowdfunding is how you get the money.
Myself out there is hard. Writing the book is one thing, promoting it is another. And honestly, I've had enough of the book world. It's performative, it's fake. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Most people smile to your face and ignore you the second you're not useful.
That's true of everything. So, do it anyway, if that's what you want to do.
Pretend to support you as long as it benefits them. I'm tired of pretending. I'm tired of trying to win over people who aren't even real with themselves, let alone other people. I'm done with that. I'm just done. So what now?
I don't know. What now?
I'm still creating, although I'm not writing. I did write some poems about capybaras not that long ago. I'm still making things that matter to me, but I'm doing it quietly, privately. No big announcements, no campaigns, no please fund my dream post, just me. Stuff that I like. If the novel comes out, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Because right now, I need space to breathe. I need space. I need space to be a person again. So no, I'm not crowdfunding my book, and I probably never will. And honestly, that's the right choice.
Hey, fair enough, man. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But let's not BS ourselves. It's not that you couldn't do it, right? If you don't want to do it because of all those reasons, you don't feel up for it, hey, cool. You want to just do it just for you, hey, cool. That's all you got to say, brother.
Hit a point where you have to put yourself first. And too many people go through hell trying to do stuff, trying to be big, trying to do this, trying to do that. And sometimes you just have to say, okay, I'm leaving now. Let's put everything on hold and do what makes me happy. That's what I do.
100%. Cool. Most people, well, I mean, if writing that book wasn't you weren't doing that to make you happy. If you were doing it for some other reason, then yeah, okay, got it. Anyway,
That's it. I do things that make me happy. And I put myself first.
Well, you certainly sound happy, brother, and I hope it works out well for you. And I agree. Sometimes you got to put yourself first. Um, yeah. Anyway, I found, as is obvious, I think, I disagree with this guy's reasoning about the efficacy and or utility of crowdfunding, and I think he's talking himself out of doing it for some bad reasons. But you know what? I like crowdfunding. I think it's awesome. I don't. I would encourage all independent people to do it because it's a great way to expand expand the number of people who see your stuff and make some money in the process. Like I said, I've done a bunch. And I've backed a bunch more. And I'm going to continue to back a bunch more because, boom, it's just great, good stuff. But, to each their own.